So Leonard Nimoy passed away recently, and it's really been bothering me. Let's face it, Leonard Nimoy played one of the most iconic characters the world over. Mr. Spock from Star Trek is a globally recognized figure. I don't usually mourn celebrities, but of course I've always been a science fiction fan, and Nimoy's passing was something that was marked by Trekkies and astronauts and even the president. Leonard Nimoy was 83 years old when he died, and that's a good long run. Certainly he lived long and prospered. So when I found out that Leonard Nimoy died, I had to think about it. It just was rattling around in my head. And I came back to when I was suffering from panic attacks. Now, I don't know if you all have ever had a panic attack, but mine were the kind that made you feel like you were going to die. Like something in the brush was going to eat you, or the ground was going to just suddenly open up and swallow you. It's that feeling of being in danger even when you're not in danger. Your adrenaline is going, your heart is just pumping, just rapid fire. It's not a feeling that you wish on anybody. Now, it's something that I've gotten under control. Thankfully, I went through biofeedback therapy. I learned to cultivate my breathing, calm myself down, give my body that signal that everything's okay. This sparked an interest in Tai Chi. I do that as well. I do a lot of things that try and make myself more centered and focused and grounded. Now, these panic attacks are something that I may have under control, but it's still kind of in the background. I can just feel it start to take hold, and I have to remind myself to breathe, be calm. It's something that gets triggered easily. If it's like maybe I'm stressed out at work, or perhaps I'm in a strange social situation, stuff like that can set me off really badly. And I'm lucky to be able to reset myself without the need of taking any medication. What does it have to do with Spock? Well, Spock is probably the most interesting character in Star Trek. He is, there's really two parts to Spock. One is this infallibly logical, reasonable being, and the other is this cauldron of emotion underneath. Spock is of two worlds. His father is Vulcan, and Vulcans have built their society around logic and reason, and they have used this as a way to govern their society. And Spock's mother, of course, is from Earth. Spock strives to be persistently logical and reasonable. He was, after all, raised on Vulcan, and that's the side that he's chosen to embrace. But he has this emotional undercurrent that always threatens to bubble up to the surface. And I think that's fascinating. Spock is an interesting character because, in a way, he's more human than his captain. Captain Kirk, of course, goes with his gut. He's got gut instincts. He's emotional. He will happily get in a fist fight with a giant lizard. He will bed women, green or otherwise. Kirk is the kind of character that is conventionally heroic. We see this character constantly in our fiction, in our movies and television. But I think we relate to Spock a lot more. We relate to that outsider, that guy who just doesn't feel like he fits in. The guy who really strives to be the best person that he can be. Tries to be perfect. And of course, he's not. And I think when Leonard Nimoy tapped into that, he really tapped into a very deep character, and something that speaks to all of us. Spock is our mirror. He's someone we really relate to, we really like, despite the fact that he has this cold facade. He is someone who has been and always shall be our friend.